Hey guys, you guys have been here before, so I record these calls so that Juice Club members that can't make the call are able to watch the replays. Hey, Stacy. Um, no idea who will be here today. Summer's definitely quiet, so we'll see. It might just be a really intimate call for us, and I'll give it a couple minutes for sure. I'm actually talking to you guys from a little family vacation, so I'm calling in from our hotel. That's why it looks a little different back here. How's summer going for you guys?
Pretty good.
Too fast.
Okay, guys, if you guys don't mind just keeping yourselves on mute until you talk later, because a little background noise comes through for everybody and it makes it hard to hear. Thank you. All right, we'll get started in a minute here. I'll just give people a couple more minutes to sign on. Did everyone get both email and text today? Do we finally fix this problem? Oh, good. Right, we'll get going and people might come and go. We'll just see how it goes. But welcome. Is this anyone's first time? A couple names I might not recognize. I know a couple of you girls have been here before. If you haven't, my name's Lisa. I'm the nutritionist here at Raw Generation, and I do these monthly webinars once a month with a chance for you guys to ask me questions in real time. It could be about our products. It could be about just basic nutrition stuff, not at all related to our products. If I have knowledge about it, I'm happy to speak to it. I always start the calls with a little bit of a lesson regarding some topic that's pertinent to health and wellness. And today that lesson is about detox. And then after that, I open up the floor and you guys can have all the time to ask questions. So there's definitely a small group today, so you might have lots of time to ask questions. But so anyway, so the detox, people ask me actually this question quite often, what detox actually means. And because we talk about that a lot of our generation in relation to our cleanses and stuff. And detox basically means getting rid of the toxins. So now, toxins come from all over the place. There's environmental toxins, there's pollution, there's toxins in our food, our body, it's not, stress is a toxic thing. It's not a toxin, but it's a toxic thing. And there are all different ways to get rid of these toxins or to keep your body kind of in a cleaner state. And that's one of the reasons why juice cleansing is good for detoxing. But there's other ways to do that too. Detoxing doesn't have to only come from juice cleansing. It can come from, people do it with water fasting. People do it by cleaning up a lot of their eating. So they're still eating normal foods, but they're taking out the toxic ingredients. Cleansing is a really quick and easy way to do it because there's not a lot of questions involved or a lot of work involved for you just kind of drinking juices, and your body flushes the toxins out while the nutrients come in. And that's why that's a pillar for us for sure. Benefits of regular detoxing. Obviously, if you might have come to a detox for weight loss, and that's the first thing that kind of happens is your body sheds weight while it sheds toxins. But there are a lot of benefits to detoxing regularly. It can clear up your skin. It definitely helps with your energy levels, especially if you're kind of prone to those afternoon slumps. That can sometimes be a result of your body processing toxins. What else? There's so many things. If you are a woman, it definitely helps to balance your hormones. If your body's full of heavy toxic load, it's almost always indicative that your hormones will also be imbalanced. Definitely a key there. Bloating definitely lessens when you detox as well. Those are just a few of the many benefits related to regular detox. And I say regular detox because you can do a cleanse. And I don't mean necessarily our cleanse. I'm just saying a cleanse or a detox. You could do it one time and feel the benefits that one time, but then eventually the toxic overload happens again. And so if you don't regularly do it and kind of stand some time of a maintenance plan for yourself, it's going to keep happening. So now when I used to have my nutrition practice prior to ever working here, I was a big proponent of cleansing and of detoxing. And I would recommend to my clients a couple different things. One would be detox 1 week out of the month. Sometimes I would tell them to detox 1 day out of the week, start Monday with a Monday detox, and detox so that you're kind of cleansing off the weekend and all the junk food you might have eaten or the ice cream you enjoy with your kids or whatever the case might be, having a regular life. And then that kind of maybe put a couple pounds on you. Maybe you feel more sluggish and kind of more tired, or your skin broke out a little bit, and you can detox right after that. Detoxing is a great tool to have in your pocket because number one, like I said, it helps shed the weight, but it also resets your diet. It resets your taste buds. It helps you appreciate the natural flavors of food more, because you kind of like take the sugar and the junk food out for a couple of days. And then when you kind of can appreciate the flavors of natural foods again. So I'm a big proponent of regular detoxing, whether you decide to do it once a month, once a week, the first half of every day. People do all kinds of different things, and whatever protocol works for you, you can do. That's a you decision to make. And how often you should detox, that's also a you decision to make. I mean, the very minimum, I recommend once a quarter. You'll see me put that a lot in our emails from the company seasonally to do like a longer cleanse, like a 5 or 7 or 10-day cleanse. But I think it's really important to build some detox into your daily or weekly routine. So for me, like what I do personally every day is I have a green smoothie or green juice almost every day. Usually my first meal of the day, whether it's a late lunch, a late breakfast or an early lunch, is something with greens. That chlorophyll is so detoxifying. So I'm a big proponent of doing that on a daily basis, or at least multiple days a week. If that's not your choice, like I said, a favorite like little trick I have is that Monday detox, like letting yourself do what you want to do on the weekend, and then Monday just kind of being super clean with your eating, or cleansing with juices or smoothies or fruits or whatever you want to do. Great way to reset. Common detox symptoms and how you can avoid them. Well, it kind of depends. Symptoms from detox happen, first of all, depending on how toxic you are to start. So if you're generally eating a cleaner diet, if you're living a kind of a cleaner lifestyle, you will likely have less detoxification symptoms when you cleanse. However, if you're coming off of eating Pop-Tarts and sodas and eating just a regular standard American diet, you will likely have more detox symptoms when you cleanse. The first one, the most common, is the headache. When you're cleansing off of sugar, sometimes cleansing off of alcohol, cleansing off of caffeine. Not that you have to stop caffeine when you cleanse, but you're having substantially less. Headache's the first thing that usually happens. Sometimes your skin will break out, and that's as toxins come out of your body, your skin is your biggest organ detoxification. So you might have a little bit of a breakout. You might notice some more body odor than you usually have for a couple of days when the toxins are moving out. Definitely might feel a little tired for a couple of days, but then usually what happens is after you're past day two to me is the hardest day of any cleanse or detox protocol. When you hit day 3, usually your energy kicks in, you kind of feel brighter, your mental, the brain fog kind of goes away, and you're like, oh, I feel like a new person. That's why our smallest cleanse at Rajan is 3 days, because you really don't notice a difference in less than 3 days too much. And you really start feeling the magic at 5 or 7 days. Those are when you start seeing some real weight loss results and some difference in your bloating, and you start, getting that energy that's sustained throughout a day. The best way to avoid them is to ease into whatever protocol you're going to do, whatever cleanse, whatever detox you're going to do, you ease into it. So, you'll see with our cleanses, we always have instructions in our website and in our cleanse inserts to, for 2 or 3 days at least prior to your cleanse, there's steps you can do. Remove alcohol, remove fried foods, try not to have refined carbs, add in more fruits and vegetables, drink more water, have lemon water, drink a green juice if you have some in your freezer. Those things ease your body out of some of the toxic junk without being quite so, rigid, and kind of ease yourself into the cleansing. That's why cutting back to, from 3 cups of coffee to 1 cup of coffee, you're still having the caffeine that you need, so you don't have a withdrawal, but you're not having as much caffeine, so your body's not so stimulated and your adrenals aren't fatigued as badly. What are the most toxic foods? So I think you probably know a lot of these already, especially if you've been around here any kind of length of time and read any of my emails that I write. But toxic foods are typically processed foods or chemical-laden foods. So processed foods on a shelf, anything that's not in the produce department is usually in some way processed. So if it's in a box, a bag, or a can, most times, not every single time, most times there's other ingredients other than that one food, whether it's preservatives, added sugars, artificial sweeteners, dyes, high fructose corn syrup. A huge one is seed oils, refined seed oils. They're in everything. They're even in the health foods. I mean, they put sunflower oil so it sounds healthier, but it's just another industrial seed oil that's equally as bad for you as any of the other refined seed oils. And those oils are highly inflammatory. They cause weight gain. They're known to contribute to mental disease, to heart problems, to digestive problems. They contribute to all kinds of problems. And we have them, start looking at your foods. They're in your dressings, they're in your breads, they're in your crackers. You really have to be diligent in reading your labels to avoid seed oils. And I highly recommend that you become diligent for that reason, because they're, to me, one of the most toxic foods out there. After maybe food coloring dyes. I'd say they're second after that. So the way to avoid that, like I said, is read your labels and to focus more on whole foods. Whole foods like fruits, vegetables, potatoes, whole grains, nuts, seeds, legumes. Focus on those foods. Make them like the 80 to 90% of your diet, and the processed foods shrink down or take them out altogether. That's the ideal. But if you're living in a real world, you're going to have cookies sometimes and stuff. Just shrink them down, and you're having so much less of them. And if your body is constantly being flooded with real raw nutrients from whole foods, from juices, from smoothies, what have you can counteract that junk a lot better. Your body can fight against that much better. You can recover from having it a lot faster, but you'll also notice that they'll affect you more. So when you cleanse off of sugar or cheese or dairy and stuff for any length of time, and then you put it back in your diet, usually you get stomach pains or a headache, or you feel jittery maybe from the sugar or from caffeine. You'll notice your body reacting. And the interesting thing is that when your body is full of toxins, it gets used to it. So you can eat all this junk food and just feel like what you're used to feeling like, which is like yourself. When you clean up your diet and then you put it back in a month or two down the road, your body's having a real reaction. Like the reaction that those foods are meant to cause, that they cause when your body's clean, is how you're going to feel. So you're going to feel a stomach ache when you have maybe a piece of pizza, or you're gonna feel maybe congested when you have too much dairy and stuff. Those are the real reactions, and that kind of tells you how clean or toxic a food is. If your body reacts negatively to it, it's usually a sign that either you're sensitive to it, number one, or it's a toxic food. So try to read your body's cues. And I personally found that once I started eating cleaner, my body's cues became much clearer to me, and I started, for example, to trust my cravings. Prior to eating clean, I would crave sweets and I would have a cookie, or I would crave salty stuff and I would have a chip like anyone else. But once I started really, when I was eating raw, for example, I was eating raw for many, many years. After about 6 months of eating like that, I would have cravings for super specific foods. Like I would crave like a mushroom, or I would crave like cucumbers, like random things. And I would just follow my body's intuition and my cravings, because I felt like there was such a very clear direction. And what the cool thing was that I was in school at the time. I was getting my master's degree, I guess, at the time. And I would go and look at my textbooks, and I would look like, well, what nutrients are in cucumbers? Like what things can cucumbers heal? Or whatever food I was craving at the time. I would go and look it up after I craved it and I was eating it. I would go look it up. And every single time, and I tell you this without fail, it was something that I had going on in my body. And it was like literally like healing me with the foods. And my body like knew what it needed. It knew the nutrients it needed. And something in your body innately makes you crave those foods, and they taste amazing to you in that moment. Like when you're craving something, when your body's clean, it might be all you want for like a couple days. I remember I went 2 and 3 days was just having like nectarines. I couldn't eat enough of them. I must have eaten 20 or 30 of them a day. I know this sounds crazy, a day. And then it was over, and then I was eating normally again. But in those 3 days, nothing else tasted good. I didn't want anything else but that food. And I think that's your body's innate wisdom, that it makes those food taste extra sweet or extra delicious to you, because you need something in them that's going to heal something in your body. And then it kind of goes back to normal. And then the next thing, and that's exactly what happened with me. I mean, it literally was in phases. Like every few months, something else in me would heal. But I was so used to it being a problem when I was living a toxic life that I didn't even think twice about it. But I mean, most of you who have been here know that I'm a singer in my second life. So, I would always have to bring tissues, tea. Like I'd have to have a Z-Pack on hand for gigs, so I'd make sure I'd always be able to sing, because I would always be congested. I was like a part of my life. I always had a nasal drip all the time. I struggle with skin problems. As you know, I struggle with my weight for years and years. I mean, I would say I was always in good shape, but I mean, it was always a battle for me. Then my vision, I had very poor vision. I still had pretty poor vision, but it was way worse before. All these different things. And like little by little by little by little, they just healed. And by 2 or 3 years into eating an all raw diet, I haven't been sick. I haven't been to a doctor. It's been 18 years. I haven't been to a doctor for anything. So I'm not saying like, superwoman or anything, but I think it really speaks to the power of raw foods, nutrition for healing and for detoxification. Because I'm, like I said, a big proponent, green smoothies every day or green juices every day. It's like any client that has had me in the past as a nutritionist would tell you they might not remember everything I said, but they always keep their green smoothies, because I hammer that in, how important chlorophyll is to have every day. So I'm on a roll here, probably talking too fast. The foods that most help your body to detox, the first is, like I was saying, is chlorophyll. By far is the best detoxification food there is. That chlorophyll you can get through green smoothies, through green juices. You can certainly eat it through salads and vegetables, but the reality of it is you're probably not going to eat enough volume of vegetables and salad to really get the full benefits, and you're probably not going to chew that food well enough, because very few people really fully masticate their food to get the full benefits of it into your cells. So juicing or blending it in smoothies is by far the best way for your body to absorb the nutrients. That's why I'm such a big fan of green juice or green smoothie every day. I mean, it's like a broken record. I say it all the time. I'm a full believer of it. Secondly, citrus is very detoxifying. So I always say, have warm water with lemon first thing in the morning. It kind of opens your body's detoxification pathways. It gets things going. It helps your elimination get on track. So citrus is another big one. And of course, water. So if you've tried cleansing, you know from the instructions you're supposed to have a glass of water between every juice because that water helps the toxins flush out. Water is, we're meant to drink water. And the way you can tell if you're dehydrated is if your urine isn't clear. So if your urine is not clear, you're dehydrated, you need more water. Simple. I'm not like this many liters of water a day, this many pounds of your body weight. Like, I'm sure those work. I'm just not a numbers person like that. I never have been. As you know, I don't count calories. I don't look at fat grams or any of that stuff. I just believe in like what your body tells you. If your urine is clear, you are hydrated. If it's not, drink more water. So that is my whole long spiel. I kind of got on a roll. Before I talk about our new product launch, let's do some questions if you have. Welcome to all you people that came while I was on my detoxification roll there. Good to see you guys. You can either type them in or you can raise your hand and you can unmute and talk to me. Nothing. All right, well, think about what you want to ask me for after my product launch info, because then we're going to be done really early with this call. So I decided to talk about detox today because our newest product is a detox product. So if any of you have tried our lower sugar cleanse, I love that cleanse. It's a detox heavy cleanse. We're actually going to be changing the name to it, to a deep detox cleanse. So you'll be seeing that name changing, the product staying, but the name's changing. And if you're familiar with our product assortment, you know that we have kind of like a cleanse and a method for every function. So we have a skinny cleanse and a skinny method, a protein cleanse and a protein method. We've never had a method to go with the lower sugar cleanse, and now we're going to have the detox method. And I'm working on that as we speak. It'll be launching probably in September, I hope. And it's going to be very similar in structure to the way our skinny method and our protein method, well, the skinny method works, which is like a green shot, and 1 or 2 green juices a day, with a kind of a formula for clean eating to go along with it to help you lose weight, to detox on a regular basis. You can do it for as many days as you want, or weeks or months as you want. It's totally sustainable for the long term. And it's a weekly product, just like the Stay Skinny method. So I'm super excited about that. It's been a work in progress. Probably will come with a few new detox recipes too. That I have not created yet, but they're coming. Maybe a detox dressing or detox soup and stuff like that. So, right, well, now I'm 20 minutes in. My whole list is done of questions. The floor is open for you guys. Oh, I'll go quick too. If you haven't been here before, I'm just going to introduce Jen. She's over there in the corner if you have a full screen. And Jen is our executive assistant in the office, and she also manages our Facebook Juice Club. So if you are in this call, that means you are a subscriber to some of our products or one of our products, and you get exclusive access to the Facebook group. So Jen, if you want to talk for a couple of minutes about that, you could fill them in.
So welcome, guys. I think a couple of you on here I've already communicated with. So I try to post every day. I'm posting interactive things. I'm trying to make it fun and informative. Things like sharing recipes back and forth, even if you want to post a picture of taking a chug of juice and anything juice related or questions. I encourage you to participate as much as you can, because at the end of August, we're doing a drawing. So the more you participate, whether you join the call or you engage in our weekly polls and, interacting back and forth, supporting one another. I have all of the names of your names who are participating. I'm going to draw 3 out of a hat at the end of each month. And then I'll contact you, get your email, and I will get your shipping, and you'll get a free 6-pack of juice. So I'll be pulling 3 names at the end of each month. So I encourage you to engage with us.
Jen, can you add Japheth? Can you, if you want to put your email in there for Jen, she can add you since you're engaging with this call, since you don't have social media. And that way you'll still be considered for the drawing if you want.
Absolutely.
If your info, there you go.
Okay, got it.
Thanks for letting us know. Same goes for anyone else. If any of you don't go on Facebook, but you want to be considered for the drawing, you definitely can put your email in here because you're in this call. So you're definitely engaging with us.
I'm sorry. I think that disappeared. I'm trying to get the rest of that Oh, here we go. Okay. It's Jafetr
Mm-hmm.
Nunez. At
You can
Gmail.
ask
Got it.
questions. You can unmute.
Yeah, it's Jafetr Nunez at Gmail.
Got it.
I do have a question. I did the 3-day skinny cleanse and then went straight into the skinny method, which it was great results. And summer happened, and I feel like I'm doing another cleanse, and I want to try the protein one, but I'm a little confused about, like, do I need to be going to the gym for the protein option, or like, what are the benefits for that specific cleanse? I'm doing 5 days with this one now.
Okay. Well, the protein cleanse is more caloric than the skinny cleanse. So it's meant to be able to sustain people who want to work out while they cleanse. You don't necessarily have to work out. However, if you don't work out at all, you're probably going to get a little bit less of a results than you do with the skinny cleanse, just because of the sheer calorie count, unless you ate a lot with your cleanse, in which case you might be equal. So the skinny cleanse kind of more supports people who just want to walk, stretch, maybe do some Pilates or something. People who want to keep up their same exact workout routines that they've always had, the protein cleanse kind of fills that need.
Gotcha. Okay. Good to know. Thank you.
You're welcome. Also, if you didn't read all the instructions on the website, my recommendation with that cleanse is always to start with the juices the first half of the day and do the smoothies the second half of the day, because it kind of fits. If you're used to the skinny method, but you've done the light to heavy mentality, it kind of sticks with that. So it helps the bloating stay down. And
okay, yeah, that was my other question. So the juices first and the smoothies later.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
That's what I recommend. Yep. I see. It looks like Jen's getting all these names in here, so that's great.
I also took attendance, so I've got everybody's name on here.
Jen, gotta love having an assistant.
I got a question when you get a second.
Oh, hey Ted, welcome. I haven't seen you in a while.
Are you? Yeah, busy working. So forgive me, I forget the name of the product that I started out with. It was like the 90-day
the signature
cleanse,
reset, right?
Yeah, signature reset. So I tried to order that again about a month or two ago, and it wasn't offered. Are you coming back with that, or?
Yeah. So what happened with that is there was a major issue that happened on the back end as far as fulfilling it. And it's a complicated fulfillment process in the back end to begin with, because of the cadence of the shipments and how it has to be. People were complaining, they weren't being too understanding about it. So we took it down until it can be fixed. I think we're probably going to relaunch it. Oh, definitely going to relaunch it around the holidays, like around December at the latest, possibly at the end of the summer too. We're not totally sure when it's going to be done. So keep your eyes open. It is coming. It's just not here yet. You also can make your own version of it with Build-A-Box and cleanses. It's just not quite as,
Yeah, actually, that's what I ended up doing. And although I ended up with a lot more juices than I wanted at first, but I'm whittling through them now. Hey, by the way, I'm doing well. I started last June, and I'm about 10 pounds from my goal. I've lost 70. So I'm really happy. Yeah.
You're going to send me that testimonial. I'm waiting for it.
I know.
That's congratulations. That's amazing. 70 pounds.
Yeah.
If
so
you're
it's
feeling
over a year.
comfortable with it, please post your results. Any of you, we encourage you to post results if you feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever want to be, we'd love to feature you on an email. There's another man here. Well, he was Gary. I don't know if he's still here. I have featured him time and time again because he's happy to share his results with me. So anyone who shares them, I share them with people.
I'm still here.
Hey, Gary, how you been? Long time no see for you too.
A long time no see. I'm getting used to retirement is what I'm up to.
Are you really? Good for you. Skiing and running?
Exactly.
Nice. Are you still
I'm
doing
about a year away.
retirement? Are you still doing your juices?
I'm still chewing my juices. In fact, I'm on a modified cleanse this week, 4 juices and a single dinner.
Nice.
So I've kind of learned different ways to make this work.
Good. And how's Andrea?
Andrea is fine. She's in the kitchen making dinner right now. We are engaged.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, that's so exciting.
No dates on wedding yet, but we're moving forward.
Tell me when it is. I'll come visit my friend and see you guys.
Okay.
Oh, congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
I love making friends to this group. Gary was one of the originals. And congratulations to you, Ted. That's awesome. You guys have very similar weight loss stories. I think, Gary, aren't you right around 70 pounds too? You were up there in the 60s.
73. 73 was the final. I'm now about 14 above that. But it I figure if I try to stay within 10 pounds, but I'm just a little bit beyond that right now. So I'm good.
Yeah, that's great. Guys, this is a testament to what maintenance can do. And that is really the reason, before I came to this company, it was just a cleanse company, which fine, it was great, but we didn't have any of these like methods or systems because there wasn't a nutritionist developing this stuff. And as soon as I came, I was like, wow, geez, what do these people do after they cleanse? There's something that they can do to keep their weight off, to keep feeling good, to keep detoxing. And so little by little, we have now the skinny method and the protein method and the signature reset. And these plans, these men, and there's so many others too, are a testament to what it means if you get the healthy habits down. And the plans help you keep them. You don't have to do them forever. Use our products forever necessarily. You can just use our plans forever and supplement with juices. However, like Gary's making up his own plan with cleansing, and I'm sure Ted does the same thing. But those that's the whole point of the systems and the cleanse and the resets is really to be able to give you results that last for a lifetime. You develop habits that really stick with you forever, and that's always been my goal as a nutritionist. And in this company too, it's my same goal. This is not just to have quick solutions that where you gain all the weight back in 5 days. So that's.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because last week was like my birthday week, so I went off the rails, and when I go off the rails, I go off the rails. It's there's no, I'm either one or the other, seems like. So then I gotta do a cleanse and then get back into the swing, and I even have trouble even taking like that one cheat day a week or something like that. It's just my personality or something that where I just have trouble flipping the switch back to normal. So it's like I'm constantly on the plan, and then I deviate every once in a while.
Yes. Everyone's personality is different. Some people can have a
Yeah.
cheat day and go back, and some people just we can do taste buds and cravings, and you can't. So you got to know your personality type. But congratulations, both of you guys. I love the stories. That's the other thing too. You guys don't have to necessarily ask questions. If you want to share success stories, we love to hear them here. It encourages other people. Or if you've learned things, that you've tried different things that maybe were not our suggestions, but that really worked. I love to hear new ideas because sometimes, that's how I learned how to teach people how to travel with our juices. Because my sister-in-law was part of one of my test groups, and she travels for work almost every week. And she's like, Lise, I travel with my juices. This is how I do it. And that is literally how I built the whole travel guide to teach people how to travel.
Yeah. I don't know if I read the travel guide or not, but I travel at least 2 to 3 times a month, and you had turned me on to the frozen juice thing to get through TSA, and they'd gotten used to me.
Her too.
And
This is what I love
they don't even open it up anymore typically, but it's and I have a little cooler that I can put into my bag too. Like I'm doing a 2 or 3 day trip. And then if I'm going longer than that, then I usually just put it in baggage, and again I put it in one of those coolers from the grocery store, that's got the aluminum inside or the aluminum color, and one of those bags, and it stays frozen, and actually it kind of defrosts typically in time for me to use it. So I travel with it all the time, and then I started taking my my watermelon and fruit through the TSA too, and they didn't have any problem with that either. So I put it in the same bag with the
great.
The juices, and it keeps it cold. Works.
Nice. I love that. I mean, that's the point I was trying to make, is that I never would have personally thought to teach you how to travel with juices, because I don't travel for my job. If I travel a couple times a year, it's a lot for me. So I don't, it's just not, but the people that do this all the time need some solutions that help them stay on track, because they're regularly not home. And it was groundbreaking when she taught me that. And I taught so many other people how to do that. So I love when you guys share your stories.
Yeah, and you don't, it's interesting. Once you do it once or twice, you don't really have to plan much. Just got to figure out how many you're going to take with you, type thing. But and whether you need to put the bag in under the plane versus, but most of the time it's in my rollerboard. I do take it out when I go through TSA, and so they can open it and look at it if they want to. And I travel between 100 and 150,000 miles a year.
Oh,
So
wow.
I do it all the time. And people I travel with get a kick out of it too. And I'll get somewhere, I'll go to typically a marketplace, pick up a salad and whatever fruits I need, and actually I get paid a per diem, so usually I break even or even save a little more money by doing it that way as well.
Oh.
The only thing hard is dressings.
You
Sometimes
know,
that's a little hard
hopefully
to find.
the dressings are in the near future. They're definitely
Yeah.
something I've worked on. I made them for years. I had a food service before I did this job with my client, and I have tested all my dressings and froze them, and they actually work great, and they work on our production line as well. It just hasn't happened yet, but they might be coming
Oh,
with a pantry that we're working on.
I didn't even think about freezing the dressings. I could put them in a little pouch and freeze them.
You can.
Ah,
Yes.
interesting. Okay.
Yes. There's a thought for you.
Yeah. Hey.
Yep. I know I think it was Stacy put a comment in here. Let's see. I'm really struggling with hormonal changes and weight, general age issues that I thought would never affect me because I'm so active. I feel like I don't drop pounds cleansing anymore, just the bloat. Then when I eat quote unquote normally, which is healthy, again, I feel terrible. Feeling lost with what will make me feel at least decent again. Stacy, you are at that annoying age for women. It sucks. That's all I can say. It does. No, I mean, it does, but there's things you can do. One thing coming, it's not coming right away though. I am working also on a hormone reset, a total hormone reset for perimenopause and menopausal women, which is, it sounds like you might be in perimenopause. I don't know your age, Stacey, but I'm just guessing that's probably what you're hitting because it's usually between 40 to 50, 55. You're in perimenopause and then menopause hits after that. And sometimes women, so sometimes women experience a lot of perimenopause symptoms and sometimes women don't. It sounds like you didn't for like the first 10 years and you kind of got off and now you're kind of hitting some of those. What I don't know what your quote unquote healthy eating is. I'm sure it's probably healthy if you're here all the time. I know you hear my talks all the time. There might be some little tweaks you can make. What I have found, this is what I found in my practice for 20 years. And I would say that aside from autoimmune conditions, which I get a lot of those clients, women that are perimenopausal and menopausal are my second most common client because it's just very difficult to lose weight and to have your skin change and your hair change and everything change. And so what you have to kind of wrap your mind around is that smaller wins will still happen, but they're going to happen more slowly for a while. It's rare that it happens like it used to happen for you with a cleanse. You might drop the weight but usually it's like 2 or 3 pounds slower, not like 5 or 7 pounds that happen in a few days, which is kind of disheartening, but it's not impossible. It's just a slower battle. And what I've also found is that there's usually very small tweaks you can make that sometimes make a large difference in your overall energy and your weight. And so I don't know if you're probably gonna do this on this call, but if you want, you can feel free to email me, Lisa Testa at rawgeneration.com. If you want to give me 2 or 3 days of your eating, like as a diary, I'm happy to critique it for you and to give you some suggestions. And this is very similar where you can like talk about it, just like we just talk about it one-on-one right now. I feel like it might be easier for me just to see it. And start with that, and then I could probably give you some direction from there. It's pretty complicated. Women's hormones are complicated, which is why this reset I'm working on is not just going to be juices. It's actually going to even have some supplemental powders and teas and things that are really functional and strong to kind of counteract and help really rebalance hormones. So it's a more involved like production process for me before we can launch it. And like I said, probably closer to next year before we can launch that, but it is in the works. It's definitely in the works. So I get questions about it all the time. So it's on my mind. Did I miss anything else? No. Okay. We still have some time left, you guys, if you.
So Lisa, I have one other question. I forget what product you eliminated, but I think it was one of the smoothies and vanilla smoothie or something like, or vanilla cashew maybe.
Vanilla protein, the protein shake.
Yeah, the protein. Yeah. And so what I try to do is I've been adjusting what I'm buying, and I'm seeing to be leaning more towards just the green juices and the smoothie in the afternoon, but a green smoothie. And so you got the pina colada and the other flavors and stuff like that. But my brain is telling me I'm not getting as much green in those things, so I'm kind of avoiding them um, or maybe I'll have one or two added into the 60 pack or whatever it is that we get. So I'm trying to balance that out. Do you have any thoughts on that? You
Yeah, so
know,
I mean, you're still getting green juice every day, you're saying, but you're having the different kinds of smoothies for lunch sometimes.
yeah, but I lean towards the green smoothies as well,
Okay.
and just most of the products that I'm tending not to order as much or at all. And I don't know if that makes a difference or not. And if my thinking is, just leaning more towards the greener products,
Yeah, well, you also started
is
with a really
better.
green product. Yeah. With the signature
Mhm.
reset, so green heavy. I mean, I'm a big proponent of the greens. I think that you're still getting the green juices every day, which is great. One thing you
Right.
can do, I don't know if you want to do this or if you have the time to do this, it might be defeating the purpose of ordering smoothies from us. But if you like, say, the flavor of our pina colada and you just want it to be more green, you can blend it in your blender and add some spinach to it or something. You can make it a green smoothie with that flavor if you just want to have that flavor profile and you kind of just want to change it up for yourself. But that being said, you can also, you can do a couple green juices a day or even 3 green juices a day, and you can add some other fruit or something with it if you don't want to have the non-green smoothies as a lunch too. But yeah, you're correct. By
Yeah.
having like a pina colada smoothie, that's not, I wouldn't call that a green smoothie, or even the green smoothies that we do have, the protein greens and the tropical greens, they have greens in them. They're not as green heavy as the green
Mhm.
juices.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that clarifies your question or
Yeah,
not.
it kind of does. I'm just trying to, you know, figure out what the zone is, I guess, for me as far as what I'm gonna, drink. And again, I just seem to be leaning more towards the green juices and then a smoothie every day as well. So it's either 2 green juices or 1 green juice and 1 smoothie. That's kind of what I've been doing,
That sounds good. I
on the
mean, you've
maintenance.
been doing this for a while. You're at a year in, so I mean, your body's probably giving you pretty realistic cues at this point. So if it's telling you what it
Okay.
wants, listen. Unless it's telling you it wants like Doritos, I would say listen.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Anytime. Anybody else want to talk through anything? We still have about 15 minutes if you do, a little bit more.
I can share my experience. This is Tanisha on the line.
Hi, Tanisha.
Let me see if you can see me. Here I am. I'm at work.
Hi.
So I did the skinny cleanse for the first time this summer. That was my goal.
Mhm.
And then I combined it with a detox kind of system program that somebody else has. So I was thinking instead of making food, I would do the juices for my food. But
Okay.
by the time, so this is the first time ever in my life doing something like that. But by the time I got to day 4, I thought I was going to lose it. And so I was just, so I've been enjoying hearing everyone's experience and all these pros with juicing, because I was like, I can't ever do, because this was a 5-day detox.
Did you eat anything with it, or you just were doing the straight juices?
I did straight juices.
That's harder.
And
for sure.
then, and then I did this detox. It was a powder kind of thingy mabop. But anyways, and so by day 4, I made through half the day. And by that point, I had lost the 7 pounds. I'm
Great.
perimenopause, or I am menopause, one of those two. And but then I think what do you call it? I just ate anything, because
Oh,
it was kind of like, so I went complete opposite of drinking the juices, put it that way. And so
okay.
then when the dust settled by day 5, I lost 5 pounds. But it wasn't just the losing weight, it was just trying to kind of cleanse my system and just restart it. But I thought, if I do it again, I probably would do the 3-day, I don't know, and then work myself up to doing a 5-day. So I don't know if other people had that kind of experience from your feedback, but
I feel like
that
if you had
was
eaten some of the cleanse approved foods during it, you wouldn't have been ready to shoot yourself. Like if you had,
okay.
you could have raw fruits, raw veggies. You can have a baked potato at night or steamed vegetables. That would have made it, like, I think, less crazy for you because you would have been chewing and having more satiation and not being so. Just the juices
Yeah.
just by themselves. I mean, that's good. It's a great detox, but it's definitely more difficult when you don't have anything at all to eat. I
So
mean, if
it's
anyone's-
and from hearing from everybody, it's more of a compliment to what your eating
Well,
plan that you already have.
the people talking so far here have been part of a bigger program called the Signature Reset, which is a 90-day program that teaches you how to literally reset your entire eating like lifestyle. The whole thing is a whole and comprehensive program. It starts with a cleanse and has a mid-program cleanse, but the rest of the program is having 2 green juices a day with very specific clean eating guidelines. It teaches you how to like reset your habits. So that's what they're talking about. So they're on maintenance plans now where they're like including juices to help them maintain their weight loss or to stay healthy. So it's a little different than a cleanse, which is what you were trying to do. If that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. That I'll have to look into that as well. Is that on the app or website?
It will be back. That's the one that's currently down because they're fixing the technical problems with it. But what is available on the app or the website is the skinny method, which I think me personally, is my favorite product that we offer because it's not so restrictive like a cleanse. You're eating every single day. There's recipes, there's meals, and you can really maintain it for months and years if you want. I mean, it's basically how I teach clients to eat every day in my practice, and it's just using our juices to help them do it. So I would say look at that one because I think you would find that much more doable and sustainable for you, and you still will lose 2 to 3 or sometimes more pounds every week doing it usually.
And
it's
it
more
has the protein.
Yes, it's like slow and steady weight loss that you can kind of maintain rather than quick weight loss. Then you have to figure out what to do after you cleanse. It's meant to go after a cleanse, but you can certainly just do it by itself.
Okay, the
as well.
skinny method, you called it.
It's a 7-day program, and you can do it as often as you want. And so basically, that's a green juice in the morning with a bunch of fruit if you want. There's other foods you could have as well. It's a smoothie for lunch. Also, other suggestions of foods you could have with it if you want. A little shot before dinner, which is like my little favorite flavor. It's a digestive boost to help you not be bloated. And then you have a full clean dinner. It can have chicken, it can have rice, it can have vegetables, whatever things you want for dinner. It teaches you how to cut out the crap. But it also, there's also guidance for eating in a restaurant, how to order in a bar, how to restock your pantry. And then it gives you room for this 80-20. Like, so when you do go off the rails, how to get right back on. It's more lifestyle focused than just a cleanse. So you might find that works better for you.
Okay, I'll check it out. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Celia. Today's my first time drinking the juice. I'm so excited to start this new juice. Oh, we're excited for you too. I'm glad you were able to make your call on the first day. Are you doing a cleanse or what are you doing? Feel free to unmute if you want. Cleanse. Yeah, so take my advice. Don't be afraid to eat some things. Look at the cleanse approved foods list. It'll make it much easier for you. And I hope you love it. I think you'll love it. Which cleanse are you doing? The skinny? Yes, good choice. And that's probably the main favorite of the group. My favorite flavor in there is the citrus carrot. I like them all, but that's my favorite. So we'll see what you like. Jen too. You're welcome. Very welcome. Just making sure I didn't miss any questions there. Last call for questions, comments, or testimonials, any of the above. Or if there's something you want me to focus on in the months to come, I'm always taking suggestions. I come up with my own ideas, but if there's something you want me to talk about, I'm happy to flesh out a topic for you guys. I'm also doing Instagram Live at 2 o'clock after this, if you want some more of me. Keep me busy today. All right, well, and I thank you all for being here today. Great conversation for sure. Ted and Gary, thanks for joining. I miss you guys. I'm glad, like when you show up. And I hope that I see you all next month. It's always, these calls are always the first Wednesday of the month. I mean, usually, but they're almost always the first Wednesday of the month. And you should be getting an email and a text just like this month to join. And I hope to see you then.
And
Thank you.
guys, guys, just engage. Don't forget to engage on Facebook if possible.
Go talk to Jen on Facebook. She'll be happy.
I'll be very happy.
Have a good day.
Thank
Have a
you,
good
guys.
day, guys.
Carla, I'm so glad you came, and I'm glad you enjoyed the call. Come back. They're always fun. We have a lot of fun on these calls.